Odate. He's a communications officer at Tech Aid. Together, we are going to be talking about education and youth development through ICT. Welcome, gentlemen, to the Morning Star.
Thank you, Nadede.
I hope you're well. Odate Onwoga.
Oh, Nwagawa.
Oh, fine. Tete. Yours is Ewe. Or is Gan?
It's Gan and Ada.
Oh, okay. Onge Saminya. See, I'm there. I speak a bit of Krobo.
Okay.
Even though it's not fluent. I know Krobo is very close to Dangme compared to Gan.
Okay.
Lovely to have my fellow countrymen join me in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So what is, first of all, Tech Aid? Who would go? Communications officer?
He'll go first.
Okay. Please, kindly tell us, what is Tech Aid all about?
So Tech Aid is a Ghanaian company that has been operating since 2011.
Okay.
And then we have technological solutions that seeks to enhance impact in education.
Okay.
We also look at certain sectors like youth development as well as facilitating health delivery. But then we have solutions in setting up educational labs.
Okay.
We have STEM labs as well, we call the Makerspace. And then we have a Sanka device, which is an offline learning management system.
Okay.
Now, our educational labs are not your typical ICT labs because we have educational softwares that support STEM education, which we call the Tech Aid bundles. And these enable your learners to get access to, extra content without the, some of them are offline based. So the labs become self-sustaining, which doesn't really require the need of a facilitator all the time. And yes, with the same softwares we have as well, it further advances or pushes the learner to gain more insight into whatever they learn in class.
Okay.
Now, Tech Aid has been one of the foremost advances for, or I would say, evangelists for STEM education in Ghana before the government picked it up and is now a team in the country.
Okay.
And through that, we created what we call the Makerspace, which is a STEM lab where we have robotic kits, Arduino kits, and then basically STEM technologies that help add value to the learners in getting them to understand what they're actually studying. And then, the icing on the cake for us is that we have educational programs, STEM programs, tailored to suit the use of the EdTech tools. Okay, you don't usually find that in most areas. So it aids their ability to comprehend whatever the teacher is teaching in the class. Then finally, we have the Asanka device, which is an offline learning management system. So basically, a learning management system is a curriculum-based, structuralized educational content. But in our case, we have learners get access to it without the need of the internet, which is solving a very key problem, in the educational sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far, what are some of the successes that Tech Aid has chalked?
Yes. So, like Emmanuel said, we've been in existence since 2011. So you can see we've been in the market for a long time. Oh yeah. Yeah. So true that since we've installed 12 labs throughout the length and breadth of the country, we've been able to impact the lives of over 400,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extensive.
Yeah.
400,000. How are you able to put a figure to it?
Yeah, we are able to put a figure to it because with our labs, we measure the impact, and we are able to regularly know the number of footprints that walk through those labs. Yeah.
And that's a success that you've chalked in relation to that. You want to add something?
Yes. Just to add to what he said, just last year, November, Tech Aid was recognized as the best EdTech solution in Africa by the AU through the AU Innovation in Education program.
Okay.
Yes, and then the solution was the Asanka device.
Okay.
And yeah, that's one.
That's
of
the offline
learning management
system that you talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. And what has been the most challenging part of it? I mean, we've talked about the success. You've trained over 400,000 people. I mean, they've benefited from this initiative. In terms of challenges, what are some of the hurdles you've had to cross and you are still crossing in this project?
Well, the main challenge I would say is cash.
Financing.
Such projects are hugely intensive when it comes to capital and stuff. So even though we've been able to partner with a number of international development organizations, what over the years we really recognize is that, since we have to do more, as long as we get a lot of partners involved, we'll be able to, cross that hurdle.
And what do you do, William? What do you do to ensure that you are able to attract as many donor partners as possible to fund this project, knowing that it's capital intensive?
So it's the quality of our work, our work delivery. So currently we've been able to establish 12 labs in Ghana, in various parts of Ghana, and we are seeking to complete some 4 more with some key partners. And these partners keep coming back to us because they see the quality of the service we render for them. They see the trends of the impact it has. Let me give you a typical example. We have the Yamaransa model lab, which is a community center-based lab, where one lab is set up in a community that feeds the surrounding schools. So they have a schedule where they visit this particular lab to also benefit from what the partners have invested into. So it doesn't end up serving just one school, it serves the whole community, you see. And it's basically quality of the work we provide and then the impact numbers we are able to show.
Okay. And how do people, benefit from this initiative? Is it an application process? What exactly?
If you say how do people, do you mean like the individuals?
Individuals, yes, individuals. If they want to benefit from this tech aid, what do they do? Do they apply or what exactly?
Yes, for our labs, since like Emmanuel said, they are being placed in catchment areas where they serve, a large group of people, not just the schools. So if you find out that there is an educational lab, which we call EduLab, around your surrounding, you can find out from them if you're eligible to,
Okay, so there's a criteria you need to meet?
It depends. It depends on the specific locality and how they run the labs.
But from your end,
yes,
do you have a certain criteria in terms of when you're going to set up these labs?
Yes, we do.
What are some of those criteria?
One of the key things that we do is we conducted these assessments.
Okay, a needs assessment. Okay,
so a needs assessment.
Is after a needs-based assessment has been done?
Exactly.
Before you go ahead and set up the lab.
Exactly, because the location of the lab should be strategic
and beneficial to the people in the area.
Exactly, on point.
Okay. Yeah. William, you wanted to add something?
Yes, so the Yamaransa Model Lab is just one aspect. Okay. So we have.
So the Yamaransa one is it a name you have given to the lab, or that is a lab situated in Yamaransa?
Yes, it's a lab situated in Yamaransa, but we've replicated that model in
other parts. Okay,
yes.
So that you've given that model the name Yamaransa.
Yes, the very first model started in Yamaransa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, but then aside that, we have clients, after the needs assessment, we give you a report, and then in the report, the client suggests, we come to an understanding as to the kind of project we want, a tailored solution for your institution, your school, then we go ahead to implement it for you. Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to, STEM education in Ghana in general, how do you think we are faring?
Yeah.
William?
So,
Okay.
I would say Ghana has seen a steady involvement
Okay.
in that phase, because the government, for instance, has introduced certain policies that seems to have the interests of STEM in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying to get each student to get a laptop, and that is a basis for which further technological solutions can be deployed.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's easy for you to deploy solutions when the learners have a basis from which they can get access to that solution. And around the country as well, you can see that schools are developing interest in smart classrooms. So they are looking at ways of taking advantage of EdTech tools to make teaching and learning more engaging, and also adopting educational softwares, like we have like school management systems that are aiding making their management of the school and monitoring of their impact also very effectively. Most of these also are solutions that a Sanka device actually solves. Yeah.
Okay. Final words?
Well, our final words, one would be, we would like to collaborate and partner with as many organizations, be it an NGO, a government agency, content publishers, because we need publishers to come on board to put their stuff on their Sanka as well.
Okay.
So we want to collaborate with as many organizations and
possible.
publishing houses so that we can, move the agenda forward and
so that
take
more people can benefit from this
exactly.
initiative. That's great. What about you, William?
Yeah. So I would want to talk about the Asanka device. In Ghana, current statistics shows that up to about 65% of internet access is available in certain areas, which means that there are a lot of areas who do not get access to the opportunity or the advantages that the vast content of the internet brings. This is a key problem that Asanka seeks to solve, and hence we are committed in working with partners, working with schools in trying to get them customized Asanka devices. The Asanka device is more like a teacher's aid, a digital tool that deploys curriculum content in a structured manner, but then offline. So if you have it in your school, just after, as you are following the GS curriculum, we have the GS curriculum expand in the multi-phase format. So instead of just reading the text or from the board or from your book, you can get it in an audio format, a video, an interactive games, a quiz, which adds more value or insight to the content the learner is studying. And I think it's one thing that if deployed into such areas would give everybody an equal opportunity to develop themselves at their foundational educational level as they progress. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us here on the Horizon today. Our time is up.
Okay.
On the Morning Star. You want to add something
Yes,
else?
I wanted to round it up
Okay.
by saying for those of your wonderful listeners, I would like to urge them to visit www.techaid.global to know more about us and the work we do.
All right,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for joining us on the Morning Star. Let me just quick. Were you saying something?
Yes.
You're okay?
Yes.
Are you sure? You can say it if you want to send some shout outs too. Yes, if you want to send some shout outs, you are free to do so.
In addition, I'm more like the Asanka evangelist, right? So in addition to the website, you can find more about Asanka from myasanka.com.
Okay.
myasanka.com.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Thank you so much. I was joined in the studio by Emmanuel Tete Apeku. He is the Senior Development Specialist at TechAid, and William Udate, he's a Communications Officer at TechAid. Thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on the Morning Star.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Nadidi,
much,
for having us.
All right. Have a lovely day, and thank you once.